Hello everyone and welcome back to a buff breakdown, and we have done it again. They buffed the servant we just finished covering in a tier list. Ain't that a classic? But it's not just one buff. We have the buff for Napoleon, as you can see, which I was just talking about, but we also have buff for Assassin Lee. Let's go. I'm actually very hyped to see my man get buffed, because again, for those that don't know, so for some reason he is one of my favorite servants of all time, and I do think he could have used another buff as well. So seeing this at least before the assassin tier list is very cool. So both of these are skill buffs. Let's start with Napoleon's and see what's up. So, much like we discussed this year as well in the tier list, it's a buff to his second skill, which it was basically exactly what I asked for. But before we get to that, so yeah, previously on a 5-turn cooldown, the full party got 20% MP damage for 1 turn and 100% star gen for 1 turn. Terrible skill. Absolute trash tier. Like, it does way too little to justify, you know, the crazy downtime. So yeah, this was in... I think I even said that if I was gonna buff him, it was gonna be this skill. So let's see what they did. And won't you believe it, exactly as we requested as well, both of the effects that I just listed, they were bumped into 3 turns. Wow, if that's a bit more reasonable now. And then we have a new line. The full party also gets 2 steps of overcharge for 1 time, 3 turns. They're really loving slapping overcharge on a lot of servants nowadays, and honestly, for himself, it can be pretty good too, as he has that anti-divine on his MP on the overcharge. And this is a 2-step overcharge, so for him it would jump from 150 to 175 minimum, assuming there's no other overcharge or MP chains going on, so that's not bad at all. But yeah, again, I think most importantly, the thing that's really nice about this buff is that these two are now 3 turns. Like, maybe they could have upped the MP damage to 30% as well, or am I going crazy? But regardless, I still think now this looks a lot nicer. Is it still like a top tier skill? I think it's just fine. It's decent now. It's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's an amazing skill, but it went from being like absolute trash to like at least now, you know, acceptable. So yeah, I do like this. There may be some application now more for him for farming, because he already had some AoE attack as well, but now he also has this for longevity for multiple waves. And obviously, it's going to make him do better on bosses too, especially when he goes up against Divine now, which is probably the main reason you're going to bring him. And if you need some invul pierce and ignore defense, those are also things he provides. So yeah, it's a nice buff. Will it really instantly make him a basic? No. But yeah, on that topic, let's actually look at the tier list. So this time I am going to flash this, because we placed him on B+ this year, pre-buff. And again, this was only last week. The timing, you know, you can't make this stuff up, man. With this, would I think he's A tier? Hard to say, honestly, yet. I think he could probably move into A tier, but for now, I think I'm gonna hold off. Yeah, just to play it a bit safe. I'm not sure if I would put him still to Ptolemaio's level. Again, arguably, maybe we should have left Ptolemaio's be on A+ anyway, but I don't know, I'll keep him there for now. But hey, he got buffed. His skill is no longer trash. Let's go. Now, let's talk about the buff to Assassin Lee. Let's go. So it's a buff to his second skill. Previously on a 6-turn cooldown, he got a dodge for 1 turn, 500% absorb for 1 turn for himself, and then 15 stars on use. Combos decently with his first skill, providing 100% crit damage and invul pierce. The problem with Lee was always that his skills, the effects are okay, but it's just the downtime that's insane. Like, they're mostly just 1-turn effects. So let's see what they did with this one. So now on the same 6-turn cooldown, you still get the same 1-turn dodge, the same 500% absorb, but hey, the stars were doubled. You get now up to 30 stars instead of 15 on use. And we have 2 new lines. He gets a 30% battery on use and 30% anti-man attribute for 3 turns. So with this, he kind of feels more like a 5-star version of Okada Izo, if anything, because they're both now single target arch assassins that are anti-man attribute. I don't mind this at all, honestly, because man attribute, you know, obviously is a very commonly appearing attribute. And him having a battery now is cool, because again, if you didn't know, he had 0 before this. So while his MP is semi-spammable, not insanely spammable, but you can have a pretty good uptime on it. It was sometimes hard to get your start on it, because, you know, if you run a 0%er, maybe getting your MP on turn 1 would be hard. But with this, and especially if you have the append unlocked, you already have 50% from the get-go. And him being arts means that you can possibly justify spending your evade just for the battery, the stars, the power mod now. It is slightly awkward, I will say, obviously, because it is his hard survival skill. But again, him being arts means it's a little less awkward, albeit still a bit awkward. But yeah, 30 stars is also cool, because sometimes when you pop this and you want to go for crits, you might still whiff crits, because 15 stars is not that much. And despite him being an assassin, his star generation was on the lower side of a lot of the assassins, because again, he's very arts focused, and his MP being arts is also only one hit, so you will get like 0 stars from using it. So now getting more stars is just nice to have. I think it's a lovely buff. I think they should still buff the other 2 skills, namely the first one. The downtime is way too big. Maybe up the invul pierce to 3 turns as well, etc. But hey, it's a good, nice step into the right direction. I don't think he's gonna be top tier still. I don't think he ever has been top tier at any point in the game. But he's now a bit more consistent and has more uptime, which, again, lack of uptime was maybe his biggest issue. So, yay for Lee. Again, one of my favorite servants, so this is pretty cool. Now, we don't have the assassin tier list yet, but we'll talk about this buff a little bit more when we get to that in 2 to 3 weeks, depending on if there's a break week or not at one point. But there you go. Wow, I was in the middle of eating my food, and yeah, classic, the buff drop. I really gotta stop cooking at this hour, I swear to God. So, hey, if you enjoyed this buff breakdown, do me a solid and press the like on this video. It really helps out. And do subscribe not to miss out on future videos, because later today, you'll still see a new Tsukihime part. There's gonna be a new free-to-play video very soon, a big upload. I'm hoping you guys will enjoy that one as well. More tier lists, more everything. So a lot of videos on the way. Stay tuned, hit that bell. Shout out to my lovely patrons on the screen for being awesome and supporting the channel. And otherwise, have a great rest of your weekend and see you in the next one. Bye.